see if I can make this turn. God damn. Nope. There. This truck's power steering isn't good at all. We're heading to my garage to get some more parts for Zach. And we're also taking the trailer to his work so I can get a new trailer plug-in put on. It's only 4-pin, it's easy, I can do it myself. But my outside receptacles don't work on the house, so I can't run a soldering iron outside. He's nice enough to do it for me. I'm also going to be picking up the lens for the white hatch. Got a set of taillights and they're broken. Oh, you know what I did forget? I forgot the pin lock. Here, hold this for me. Just gotta check, see if it's still in the bumper. Okay, I was smart. I put the lock through the hitch, but I forgot the key on the bumper for the lock on the hitch. And this is the only key I had left. I don't know where the other ones went. Can't lose that. Guess we'll see if we get pulled over for not having trailer legs. Fuck, I hate the way that this trailer swings the truck side to side when there's no weight on it. It's just a little dolly, it's not an actual trailer. So Zach went to the auto wrecker again the other day without me, and he found the MAF sensor that we were going to run off of a Nissan 3-wire, an older one. So we're going to do some testing, going to make sure that it'll actually be able to be used with the airflow rate that we're going to be running at. So the way we're going to test it is we're just going to, pull the intake tube off his G35 and rev the piss out of it while it's hooked up to a meter and see how high the voltage actually goes on it. And if it goes high enough, and if it's able to work on that, then it'll easily work on a 3-cylinder turbo. It's funny because the camera stabilizes the shaking from the truck so well. It probably just looks like I'm doing this on purpose, but I'm not.
Bye-bye, train.
Bye-bye, train. Yeah, it's over. These roads suck. Alright. So, I'm going to have to grab an alternator bracket. Oh, goodness. For Zach. Off of this GTI engine, as long as it has it, which it does. So the brackets that, there's even one on there but no upper. Okay, as long as it's the same water pump to water pump, yeah. So this lower bracket to that lower bracket. So I actually need that alternator bracket because I need to put an alternator on this engine so that it will go into this car. This car is going to be a stereo car, so I am doing an infinite baffle build on this thing. 218s, FI IB18s, and I'm going to go with the Tar Amps amplifier, 3000 watt. A little smaller of an amplifier. Oh, there's all my sensors and stuff. That's good to know. This engine is so close to being ready to be put into this car. All I need to do is find some motor mount bolts, and then I'm going to have to get another one of these upper alternator brackets, which I should have an extra one of, and just shoehorn it in there. Transmission is over there, and it has a brand new clutch on this engine, so I don't have to worry about doing clutch. brackets off of this engine. Nice, very easy. You know, I'm surprised with how rusted and how corroded this engine and these parts are. They actually came off very nicely. As soon as you crack those bolts free, you're able to spin them out by hand. So we got that going to Zach, and got this all cleaned up. So here's the other alternator that I have for this car. Check it out. Found the other half of the battery bracket for my wife's car. Get that installed instead of using a bungee strap. And I think that's about it that we need. So next time you see me, I'll be at Zach's shop.
What'd you do to this?
That was, I literally put a brand new end on it, lent it out to one person, came back like that.
That's why you don't lend trailers to people.
I know. That's why I only lend them to like you and someone else.
You'd be lucky if there were even wheels on it when you got back.
Right? I mean, we put tires on it, and I had to re-weld like underneath here because there's a bar across underneath that makes it so when the ramps fall out, they can't go all the way out.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they fucked it up like really good. Things that happened to this trailer after renting it out. Ramp fucking fell off. Completely ripped out. The lights were fucked. The plug-in got ripped out. The actual latch part fell completely apart. The bolt like broke off and everything. I think they're trying to use the wrong size of ball and they just forced it on. The clasps weren't, like when that did happen and it fell off with the vehicle on there, it actually, the chains saved it, but the clasps for the chains weren't fully tightened shut, so they actually bent open. Both these were spring-loaded locks where you just pull them that way and they come out. I actually did a terrible job welding, booger welds, but this is my lock system now. Welded a nut on the inside and I have a bolt going through. And that's my setup now. So these are everything I'm giving him. Got some assembly lube. Jeez, what is this? These parts I don't actually know. I just gave him a box full of stuff. Brand new radiator cap. Decent. Is that two brand new radiator caps? Nope, brand new thermostat. All right. What do we got here? This looks to be a new rotor, but that's, you know, out of the question at this point for this car.
You don't need those.
Don't need that. Coil and plugs. All right, what's this? Kind of feels like a bearing. Probably is a bearing. It is a bearing. Probably a rear wheel bearing or something. Kind of nice to know. I would have slammed those in my old. Actually, I still can. As long I have a couple drums for my GT because I don't have GT brakes on the back. Actually, yeah. So the inner and outers for rears.
You got the plug for this?
Yeah, it's in the truck. I'll grab it for you. I can't be the only one that ever does that. Where they literally have the part, they know where it is, and as soon as you go to use the part, it's not where you last left it. I know I have two, and I'm pretty sure I know where the second one is. It's probably on my desk, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you could sand the glue down, but then you'd have to sand and buff the whole taillight and clear coat it.
You know, the other one's the same way though. And then the other one also has silicone. So,
yeah.
There we go. So now I can go soften up that glue again, shove it together, and put some silicone on it, and it should be good to go now. Yeah, so this is the one that I got in the mail, and that was pushed right in. But now it's smooth and reflective again. Smooth. In quotations.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah, smooth. Smoother. I guess I'll be here back once I go get a fucking plug. Fucking drug this thing all across the city just for me to bring it back.
hard to drive that circle drive with no car.
Well, I mean, yeah, that thing hops. And then I was going down the back roads to my garage, and 30 kilometers an hour, this thing's jumping higher than my blocks. After running this taillight in the oven to get the glue all soft again, I got it on there, got it screwed back on. And I mean, from a distance you won't be able to tell that, but that was pushed right in before. And yeah, so this taillight's good. This one I fixed it up the best I could. This is actually the original taillight off my 1989 Suzuki Swift GTI. I actually traded these sets of taillights to the guy that actually owned that convertible before Jazz did. And the blue car is actually what was turbocharged before that car. He had the turbocharged blue car, which I'm turning into that stereo car. Then he got the convertible and swapped everything from that blue car to the convertible. And these taillights, which I originally had, were on that one. And when I got these sets of lights in the mail, one was broken, one wasn't. Luckily, the taillight that wasn't broken was the side that wasn't broken on the convertible. So the convertible has pristine taillights minus a couple scratches. We're going to run these back to Zach, and he's going to finally do my trailer wiring harness. Now that I'm not going to forget it, now I'm thinking about it now, I'll go grab it. And we'll take these to him so he can keep them with the car. Had it in the truck the whole fucking time.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and so the guy that actually borrowed my trailer, he was at least nice enough to get me that harness. So I wasn't just out a harness, right? Or a plug. So I mean, I respect him for that. Usually people, when they borrow your trailer, they're like, yeah, it's your problem now. Kind of like how it was with that Dodge Neon.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, I'll put that video if I can get a hold of it right here. But anyway, what happened with that car was I lent it out to somebody for a week. I told him, you put the permit on it, you can drive it. And I'm not going to name anybody, but I told him, no driving it stupid, no drifting. It was middle of winter, front wheel drive car. Everybody around, you know, the 17-year age, you're going to slide your car around a little bit. So anyway, let him borrow it. He did fine. Like the last 3 hours of the permit, yeah, they went drifting at a parking lot at some high school, slid it right into a curb, like one of those square curbs, snapped the spindle right off the back brake, or back hub. And the brake drum was actually still attached to the wheel, bouncing away. I wasn't there to see it, but when I got there, they didn't touch anything, and I saw the tire on the other side of the parking lot, and the car stuck. And when I got there, I said, well, are you going to call a tow truck, or are you going to help me get it home? And they said, nope. They handed me the keys, and they said, have fun getting it home. Good luck. I tried calling my auntie, and I asked, like, hey, do you have CAA left? She said, no, I used it because she had to tow her car home. And I was like, well, I think I have a box dolly, like, you know, one of those moving dollies. And when I actually went home, my mom had it in the back of her car. They weren't home, they were visiting a friend. And so my next idea is I saw an old skateboard laying on the ground there. And I found a handsaw, and I found a 2x6. Or 1x6. It was a 2x6, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was 2x6. Anyway, and 6 screws and a hand screwdriver. I cut the lips off of the skateboard, and I hand screwed that 2x6 to the top of the deck of that skateboard. And it took me a few times to get the skateboard planted properly, but I tried underneath the hub first, and that was just a no-brainer mistake, but I didn't think of it at the time. So after trial and error, I put it underneath the pinch and actually got it to stay there. Zach was like, yeah, I'll drive your other car if it works. Call me when it starts working. So I call him. It's like, what, like 12:30 at night or something, or 2 in the morning or whatever?
I think it was like 2 in the morning.
And so I called him up. I'm like, dude, the wheels aren't crumbling like you thought they were. It's working. It's working. He's like, fine, I'll be there. And he met me at the high school, and I had him drive my red Geo Metro, and I drove the Dodge Neon. And Yeah, so I think we never broke 25.
Not until your block, and then I think you got to like 50 or 60.
Yeah, I got like to 65. I remember that. But yeah, like 25 all the way. I think it was like 7 to 8 kilometers, probably more, maybe 13. Something like that.
Yeah.
But so 13 kilometers, I'll say, on 3 wheels and a skateboard. And we had, like, there was no traffic at all, so that was nice, except for one car drove past us. They're hanging out the window like, yeah, yeah, just driving a skateboard. Yeah, so that was a life event. I mean, that video made it on the Speed Society. Somebody else uploaded it to YouTube before I did, so they got all the credit. I mean, it is what it is. So, send it off to the wrecker. I mean, I bought the car for very little, and I actually made money sending it to the wrecker. So that's fine, I guess. And got a video out of it. Got some shrink tube.
Yeah.
Forgot to put the shrink tube on first. Oh no, you're just soldering the ends. Yeah, not yet. Didn't forget them yet.
Yeah, I fully expect to. It's pretty normal.
Oh man, it's like when you make the perfect brake line flare, and then you add the nut.
It's real hard to add the nut after, I've learned.
It's like, okay, so you remember that guy from Despicable Me? It's
No.
like, and he has like the chart, I guess, on there. It's like cut brake line to length, make perfect flare, put on nut, put on nut.
Yes, I've seen that meme actually. That is a good one. Are you happy I did it? I forgot the heat shrink on one of them.
It's to be expected. These wheels make your car look like you have such tiny brakes. Those brakes are 14 inches, which is the size of the wheels on my car. Got a light on, so that's good.
I even put the right end on. That's the impressive part, I think.
So these lights don't really work anyway. I mean, the one running light doesn't work, but this one does. So, I bet you if I hit the brake, it'll work. I'll just turn the 4-ways on. I'll have to change it. I actually want to put new housings on here because
You don't like the tape?
okay, so someone added
Leave those stays on.
Someone added extra tape here because it probably did fall off. But look at this side. This is the same electrical tape I used back when we were in high school. Let's drive off with them on there too. That's a good idea. Has like the worst luck when it's not at our house. But I mean that like it's probably a little kid that came and picked them off.
Backed into the hood on that.
Yeah, someone backed their truck over top of the hood and it crushed in the center upper rad support. Bent the rad support a little bit, but I was able to bend it out by hand. Fucked the hood. Fucked the headlight and the corner marker. And right where the signal light is on the bumper is just, you can push that in like at least like 4 inches. So we're going to be getting a new bumper on there maybe as soon as I get a deal worked out from Calgary. I got another bumper like my GT bumper going to go on that thing. So the same thing as a turbo bumper. So I'll have the fog lights on it. It'll look better. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. We're going to go make some bacon fried rice. It's going to be good. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching, Dada. Thank you. Bye.